Wow, hey, what's up, y'all? This is Dosha with DoshaDreamsTarot, and I'm in a mood. This is a reading for the sign of, whoa, Sagittarius. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus signs, or wherever you have Sagittarius in your chart. It's no matter. Doesn't bother me none. Cross watchers are welcome. Just please keep in mind that roles can be reversed and energy is fluid. Okay, that wanted to come out. Well, it sure is a full moon today, so makes sense. We got the moon card coming out. It's a full supermoon in Libra, which brings a focus to our relationships. Okay, and this is not just our romantic relationships, my friends. This is talking about our relationships with ourselves, our relationships with spirit. Yeah, the way that we communicate in our relationships. 8 of Wands coming through on the cut. Just wanted to also say that keep in mind that roles can be reversed, that gender is fluid, so please don't get caught up on that. Energy is also fluid and time is fluid, okay? So it's a general reading. May or may not resonate with you, but I hope it does. So just take what does and leave the rest behind. If it does, please drop me a comment and let me know if you feel comfortable doing so. It really throws a little bit of steam in my engine, okay? So Prince of Cups, what's going on with you, Sagittarius? Let's go ahead and get into it. Thank you so much, Spirit, for your divine messages and guidance. We are deeply grateful. We know we couldn't do this without you. Would you please help guide Sagittarius for their highest good, Spirit? And please bless us and protect us as we move forward into this reading. Thank you so much, Spirit. What are the messages we got for Sagittarius today? This beautiful day. The rain has gone away. We've got some sunshine coming out. All right, my friends. That stack is going in reverse, and we're going to look and see what's going on. King of Wands coming through at the bottom of the deck. This may be your energy coming through here, Sag. Just give me 1 second. We get a little bit toasty here. Thank you. Okie dokes. Wow. Okay. What an interesting reading so far. A little bit of extra space. What can I say? Well, what can I say? Where do I start? What an interesting reading. This is really cool. Okay, so just to break it down, this is what I'm getting here, is that this is totally having to do with your relationships, and romantic and otherwise, okay? Romantic relationships is definitely in this spread here. But what I'm feeling for you, Sagittarius, is that you are really overcoming self-sabotage. And the type of self-sabotage that is coming to mind first, because there's a lot of different ways that we can sabotage our happiness, and there's a lot of different reasons why we do it. So some of us can do it because of insecurity and lack of self-confidence. Others of us can do it because we are afraid, okay, and we have trust issues, all right? They're all really pretty intertwined, but like there's definitely focal points for each person. So for you, Sag, what I'm getting is this is actually about self-sabotage of the mind, where that you come up with these crazy scenarios where that, you know, you are afraid of the worst thing happening. You're afraid of the possibilities of, you know, what could happen, and it stresses you out, and you just get so caught up in the idea of what could go wrong that you just like stop participating, you know, and you kind of like backtrack, and you're like, okay, never mind, this is not safe anymore. But really it's not that the situation isn't safe. Please trust your intuition. And you know, I seriously encourage people, if you don't feel like somebody is a safe person for you to be vulnerable with, even being emotionally vulnerable with people who you think are your friends, and I'm not trying to validate your trust issues. I am trying to validate you for times where your trust was broken, but I'm not trying to inflame them, okay? This is good, okay? This is helpful. But what I'm saying is that please trust your intuition. You know yourself better than I do. I'm not here to tell you whether or not it's valid for you to feel like a situation's unsafe. But what I am here to express is that this is really about you feeling like a situation is unsafe, but it's really because of the way that you're perceiving it, and you can also project on people. So you can project a feeling of fear, and you know, you can like hightail it out of a situation that was, you're totally safe in that situation, but you didn't feel safe, and it's totally normal. It's a trauma response. It's fine. But what I'm saying is that I think you're overcoming this, Sag. I think you're getting back in the game, to be honest with you. Like, I think this super full moon here is like, is a kind of like a, it's a point in time, because what you've got is the Five of Swords in reverse, by the way, if I didn't already say that. That's where I'm getting with this whole self-sabotage, coming out of this and healing from this and changing the self-sabotage. And I feel like, Sag, you're getting back in the game. You've got the Knight of Wands here. It really gets a bad rep, this character does, and I totally vibe with it when it, like, I mean, I vibe with it being the way that a lot of people interpret it, because this character is the one that embodies the kind of, like, fuckboy energy, excuse my language, and that, all that sort of thing, right? But in this context, this is kind of like also someone who just wants to play the field, or who is playing the field. Someone who is passionate and who, you know what I mean, is like, I feel like fun. You know, this is someone who can be a lot of fun, who can be very passionate, exciting, alluring, charming. Like, there's a lot of positive attributes, but it's just that, you know, it's kind of like the Knight is one that, you know, kind of rides in on a horse and can just turn around and ride right back out of the situation. So it's not necessarily like, I mean, except for like the Knight of Pentacles, I would say is actually pretty solid. But so, okay, this isn't someone who's necessarily dependable, right? But this is someone who is really fun, okay? So what I'm getting is that you may not be ready for like a serious relationship, but like, hang in there if you are, because we got some other cards on the table. But you may be like, I'm not coming into, this is what I'm getting, is you're not coming into relationships like the way that you have in the past. Or that in the past, maybe you came into dating where you were like, I'm looking for the one, I'm ready to settle down, like I'm looking for the cream of the crop, okay? Like, I am sifting through the garbage. Please always do that, okay? I'm not telling you not to do that, but I'm saying that you may have entered into dating from a very serious standpoint, where that you are going at it, looking at individuals and kind of like, as you're like getting to know people, and you're kind of looking at them like, but are you like long-term material? You know what I mean? But like, but could I see myself with you like long-term, you know? And you're asking yourself these questions, and this is super valid. Like, I respect that if that's where you're coming from. But you may be starting to realize that that approach has not worked out for you so far. This is kind of for my single I almost said Scorpio, I apologize. My single Sagittariuses. I have Sag in my chart, but I'm also a Scorpio sun, so you know what I mean? I didn't mean to fib that. I'm definitely focused on you, okay? But so, what I'm getting here is that maybe in the past you've approached dating really seriously, and at this point in your life, you're kind of like, you know, I think it would be kind of fun if I was to just like date for fun, and like maybe actually just like meet people because it's fun to meet new people, you know, and like, of course, with COVID safety in mind, but like that you're like, okay, maybe it would be cool just to meet somebody in person, and, you know, and it doesn't have to be serious right away, and you know what I mean? Like, it can just be, you know, for fun at first or whatever, like, you know, and I think that's kind of cool. Like, I kind of dig that, because I think that's going to open up your world to more possibilities, where you're going to be less, you know, jaded, because you're not really going for the gold right out the gate. Like, you're almost like, you know, you're like, I would be okay if I just had one date with this person and it didn't go anywhere. Like, that would have been a cool experience, hopefully, you know? Or you would have met another cool person, and you'd be like, oh, I don't really feel like, you know, we're compatible, but I'm really happy to have met you, kind of thing. Like, it can still be a good conversation or something. So, okay, that's what I'm getting for you. Some of you might even be interested in just getting laid, okay? I'm just gonna put it out on the table, because that's just the vibe that I'm getting, is some of you might be interested in just like having some like good, clean, healthy, adult, consensual sex, okay? That's great. Like, I also respect that and encourage it with safety in mind. So, that being said, you still know exactly what you want. Like, this is not you downgrading. This is not you settling and just being like, well, I'll just take what I can get. If I can only get casual sex, I'll just take it. You know, like, that's not the vibe. Like, the vibe is way, way more like you know what you're looking for, but you also know that it doesn't mean it has to be all or nothing. You know, you're like, I don't have to necessarily look at people as if they are everything I'm looking for, or they're just a waste of time. So that's where you're changing your mind, but you know exactly what you're looking for. Like, you've got the Star card coming out. This is about knowing yourself and being in connection with spirit and in connection with your purpose and your divine guidance. Like, this is being in touch with your North Star. Like, you know what you want, who you are, where you're going, you're connected with spirit, you're trusting your intuition. And I feel like spirit is in a way kind of nudging you forward to be like, hey, you know, maybe you just need to get back in the game a little bit, because like maybe you're a little bit rusty, or you've you know what I mean, or you've kind of like locked your heart away because, you know, of past situations, and so you've been sitting in this fearful mentality that's actually sabotaging your ability to even have what it is that you want in the long run. Because if you're not willing to take those first steps and take a risk and just see what the water's like, then you might not end up being able to like get to the end of you know, or these like, you know, stages in a relationship, right? Because everything starts there. Like, everything starts there. You know what I mean? Unless you're Mormon or some shit. Excuse my language. No offense if you're Mormon, that's fine. But I just mean, like, some people get into relationships with marriage in mind, and that is discussed very early on, okay? And usually it's like, you know, people who belong to organized religions. So it's not an insult. I'm just saying that that's, you know what I mean, in general. So if you're not, you know what I mean, Mormon, then you're probably going to start from a place of like, let's get to know each other. What kind of person are you? What are you into? And it's more like building a friendship, and, you know, or, you know what I mean, there's, you know, just interest in a sexual experience or a sexual relationship, and you kind of, you know what I mean, and romance builds, okay? It depends on what type of person you are, okay? But what I'm saying is, in general, there's stages in a relationship, and you got to start somewhere. And if you don't start somewhere, then you might not end up anywhere, okay? And I'm not, you know what I mean? You get it, obviously, because this is what I'm seeing in the spread, is that you've already figured this out. So I'm just confirming and affirming what it is you already know, which is, you know, and we'll dig deeper so that we can look at things you may not know, which is always the fun part about tarot. So anyway, you know what you want. You have a lot of love to give. We got the Queen of Cups coming out. Could be dealing with water sign. You may have water in your chart, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But what I'm getting here is really, this is definitely your energy, and it's coming through as like I said, you could be dealing with a water sign, but I'm not getting that. I think this is about you. You really do have a lot of emotional depth, Sag. Like, you're not coming into this, you know, kind of lighthearted, fun, let's, you know, have a good time attitude without any depth. Like, not at all. Like, there's great potential for depth with you. And I think that you are not, like, necessarily hiding that or locking that away. Like, you're coming to the table with emotional intimacy. Like, you're open to it, you know, but you're solid. You're secure in yourself. It's not like you want that necessarily. Like, you do, but you're not, like, you're not rushing things. You're not worried about it working out or not anymore. And that's such a beautiful place to be. Fuck. I really, really admire that energy, and I'm like really feeling that from you right now. And it's something that, you know, is, I think that people learn after having high expectations and high hopes and having their heart broken and all that sort of thing. So I think that the more that you experience life, you know, and dating and love, the more you get to a place like this, where that you're finally like, okay, you know what I mean? I have been let down many times, you know, my rose-colored glasses are off and long behind me. You know, I'm cautious, but I'm not, you know what I mean, paranoid, because like, I'm looking at the whole picture of like my good experiences and my bad experiences, and I realize that nobody owed me or owes me anything except respect, first off. But nobody owed me a long-term relationship, or nobody owed me the kind of love that I had for them. You know what I mean? Like, because I think we all experience different forms of letdowns, and sometimes that's unrequited love, sometimes that's, you know what I mean, people just not showing up for a relationship, people not being interested in a relationship in general, you know, and they kind of let on that they are, but they're not really, you know what I mean? And all that sort of thing. So I don't want to get too into that, but what I'm saying is there's so many different ways we can be let down, and eventually you get to a point where you're just like, you know, it is what it is. You can't really hurt me anymore, basically. First off, I'm going to be able to tell what kind of person you are before you get close enough to actually, like, I'm not going to let you hurt me the way that I've been hurt in the past, because now I have my spidey senses, okay? And I can see your red flags pretty easily now, and I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm not desperate for love. I'm not desperate for a relationship. So I'm not going to just rush into anything. Like, I'm good. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm getting for you. So you've got the Three of Cups coming out in the reverse. So, Sag, what I'm getting for you is that you may play the field for a little while, and this is where we start getting into future vibes, okay? You may play the field for a little while, but like I said, you're coming to the table with, like, way more than a Knight of Wands. Like, you're coming with this Queen of Cups energy. Gender is fluid, okay? But you're coming with this really deep emotional, like, intelligence, because you have been through a lot, and you know what I mean? You have done this deep diving, soul searching, spirit connecting, like you've what's the word? You've woven your tapestry, so to speak. I don't know a better example that, like, you know what I mean? You have depth, beauty, intricacy, strength, like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm getting for you. So it's like, you may play the field for a little while, but I think at some point you're kind of gonna, like, I don't know how to put this, where it's kind of gonna be like, you're like, okay, I had my fun. That's what I'm getting. You're like, okay, I had my fun. You know what I mean? Like, I you know, I went out for drinks, and I danced a little bit, I partied, and I don't know, unless you're in fucking Miami or Orlando or some shit, excuse my language, I don't know who the fuck is going out to the club right now, but whatever, have your fun. If you got vaccinated and you feel safe about it, go for it. But I just, you know what I mean? But that's what I'm getting here, is you're kind of like, you know, maybe you go play the field, you go out for, you know, dinner, you go out for drinks, you know what I mean, whatever. I personally am like, let's go have a walk in the park, because at least we're outside. And there's not, like, crowds of insane people. Sorry, if you can't tell where I stand and everything. I hang out in my cabin. So anyway, oh Lord. And I'm perfectly content. Thank you very much. Anyway, everybody has their needs and their desires, and I'm not judging people. I just think it's wild. So anyway, basically you may get out there a little bit, Sag, and then I think you're gonna find your Ten of Cups. I'm sorry, I'm so excited. We love it. We love it. So, we're gonna go ahead and clarify. I really don't even feel like I need to clarify, so I might just, like, I'm gonna clarify the Ten of Cups and how this is gonna come about, and I'm gonna kind of, like, get some other messages to see what's going on, and then pull Oracle. Dude, you've got to be kidding me. And on the other side, the moon in reverse. So it's like, this is after the full moon. That this is all going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, or this is, yeah, okay. This is so exciting. I'm gonna freak out. Okay, so what I'm seeing is that this is what the full moon here is doing for you right now, is that it's helping you overcome the self-sabotaging paranoia stuff, okay, that we talked about before. And it's helping you get this reboot of passion and excitement for relationships, for getting out there and playing the field. You know what I mean? So I feel like you're coming at it from such a good place where you're connected, you're balanced, you're loving, and you go out there and you're just kind of like, I just feel like you don't really want to date around too much. You don't really want to, like, party. You're not really interested in, like, gabbing with the gals about, like, this week's new flavor or whatever. Like, I'm not trying to be rude, but, like, that's the vibe that I get. Is you're just like, you're not really interested in that, but you are interested in this Ten of Cups. So this full moon is, like, changing shit for you, and it's so cool. I can't believe the Ten of Cups came out again. That's so wild. We love that. Ooh, Nine of Pentacles. Yes, that's exactly the vibe that I'm getting for you. Moon in reverse again. Crazy. Yeah, this stuff is becoming, like, pretty obvious to you. Like, but the deal is that you are Six of Pentacles. Dude, this is great. Because you, I hope you don't mind that I'm calling you dude also. Don't take it personally. It's like, because you're my friend. So basically what I'm getting is that you're good. Like, you're fine on your own. You're not desperate for this. And that's why it's going to work out. Because you already, like, you've worked through your shit. You've done your shadow work. You've done, you know what I mean? Whatever that means for you, which is just like healing from past heartache. You know what I mean? Getting your shit straight on the inside, where you're like, why am I having these thoughts? And you start to curb your thoughts, and you start to, like, you know, focus on things that are positive and have a healthy, well-rounded view so you're not jaded and all that sort of stuff. You're doing it, and it's like, it's creating this light-hearted energy where you're able to, but you're walking into the room like the Star and the Queen of Cups here. Oh my God, that's the other message. It's just like, these people just really don't even have, like, they can't even hold a flame. Like, they can't hold a candle to you, Sag. That's what it is that you stand out. That's totally what it is. You stand out above the rest. And this is not to dog on other people, you know what I mean? And, like, I'm not the type of person where I'm like, you're better than other people. But it's really more like, if these are the people who have been going out, like, this whole time, you know what I mean? And they've been drinking every weekend and, you know, having, like, their energy is all fucked up. I'm not trying to be rude, but it's like, they're not living a healthy lifestyle. You're coming up in there, like, hydrated, looking supple. You've been drinking water. You've been meditating and praying and, like, getting good rest. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've been doing all the right shit. You worked out your energy. You're not meddling and mingling your energy with all these other people. And, like, because we change each other's ecosystems, like, physically. So when we're interacting with, like, all these different people, we're going out in public all the time, like, we don't even just have to worry about COVID. Just think about energy-wise. You know, if you're out drinking with a bunch of strangers, it's like, that's everybody's, people got demons attached to them and shit. I'm fucking not even kidding you. I literally kid you the fuck not, okay? And I apologize for all my cursing too. I'm not apologizing for the way that I feel about this sort of thing, but I am trying to curb my cursing. But anyway, it's my choice. Anyway, I'll pull some more cards, but I just want to finish by saying that, like, yeah, this is like, you know, that this outside, like going out for drinks and dating and stuff world right now is, like, really not a great place to be, like, and not just because of COVID, like, in general. Like, even before COVID, I was like, I need to quit drinking, I need to quit going to the bars, because this is just some fucky shit, and everybody just, you know what I mean, wilding out and getting messy and stuff and starting fights, and you know what I mean? And it's like, and I live in kind of like a smaller city. Like, I don't even live in a big city here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, I can only imagine what it's like for people who live in a big city too. It's like, it must be just like a really, really messy environment. Like, you know, and I know it was fun for me when I was younger and it was cool, but, like, you know what I mean? I'm closer to 30 now than I was before. And I'm like, so I'm not interested in this sort of thing anymore. And I feel like that's where you're at, where you're just like, I'm willing to kind of, like, go out there just to, like, have some fun and let my hair down and kind of, like, you know what I mean, chill out and get back in the dating scene a little bit. Like, you know, you're not like so stuffy that you're like, oh, all these idiots out here are just disgusting, you know? Like, you're more like, yeah, this isn't like a lifestyle of mine. Like, this isn't something that I want to do regularly. I'm definitely not trying to dive into drinking. I'm not trying to dive into, you know, so you are coming in, like, a head above the rest. You are, because literally, if this is the crowd, like, you're not a part of that crowd, Sag. Just, you already know it. But you're willing to kind of, you know what I mean? You're willing to get out there. I'm getting, like, a little bit of a pain in the side of my head right now. Okay, we're good. Sometimes all it takes is just mentioning it. It's really strange. I rarely get that. It could just be because I'm tuning into that energy, and it's really not one that I enjoy doing, obviously. So, anyway, so that's what that's all about. Let's go ahead and get some more on this Ten of Cups vibe, though. Let's get out there, because I feel like you're going to do... you've got to be playing me. You've got the Star coming out again. This is totally what you want. This is, like, your wish. You know, this is like, you know, this is what you've been praying about. You got the Magician at the bottom of the deck. yeah, this is what you've been praying about and trying to manifest. And so this is what you want ultimately, but you're not like, Two of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, see, you totally don't want to juggle or be juggled. You know, that's what it is you're like, I don't want to play games. I don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, be dating multiple people. That's also why this Three of Cups is here in reverse. I don't feel like you want to play that sort of thing. Can we get some more, like, insight on this? Like, what's up with this Ten of Cups? This one? Ten of Wands in reverse, baby. Ow! Yes. That's exactly what this is about. This is about you dropping these burdens that you have been carrying, and the burdens I feel like that you've had, like, towards this concept of having long-term stability, like domestic partnership, you know, love, like real, deep, awesome, fucking long-lasting love, that kind of shit that gets you through the hard times love, you know? Like, that's what I feel like you really want, and I feel like that in the past that has caused you a lot of pain and burdens because you didn't have that going on, or you may have had it and lost it, or you may have had it and someone betrayed you. There's like a lot of things that could have happened here. I'm getting a lot of different scenarios for y'all, but what I'm getting is with this Ten of Wands in reverse is it's like you are done being resentful, you are done being angry about it, you're done being impatient and frustrated, you are no longer mad at God about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not mad at Spirit. You've connected with Spirit, and you know what I mean? You've resolved that. You've resolved it. You're like, I'm you know what I mean? I'm not mad anymore, you know? Like, I forgive those people, I forgive myself, I forgive the past, I forgive the pain, you know, I accept that was the hand I was dealt, or I accept, you know what I mean, my responsibility, you know, or whatever it is that's helped you drop this burden, like, it's working. You're like, I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm good. King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Whoop, whoop. I say that because that's your energy. That's how you're showing up. You were showing up, like, empowered. Wow. Okay, Spirit, let's talk about it. 1 second, y'all. Okay, so now you got some people coming in. Oh, my goodness. Yup. See, because that's what happens, is because you're putting that energy out there. You're doing the good. You're taking care of yourself. You're putting yourself out there a little bit, and now you got some options. So you do have the Two of Swords coming out, so it may be that this is a decision you have to make between two people and you're not sure who to choose. Looks like it's coming up in the future. If you already have met some people and you're kind of like, but you want to choose one. You don't want to gamble, you know what I mean? I don't think that you want to juggle. So this is maybe where this Ten of Cups energy is coming in, and you know what I mean, you connecting with Spirit to try and figure out maybe who to choose here. So it may be that you're in this situation now, or this is gonna come up in your future if you do get out there and start dating. So the two people that we have coming out are the Knight of Pentacles. Funny that I mentioned the Knight of Pentacles earlier, saying that they are the most solid knight. They're the ones that are maybe slow to build with, but they are stable to build with. And especially, like, I mean, you're definitely coming through as a strong, powerful person. You're doing good. You've got your energy right. You know, this person maybe just isn't as, I'm not saying as fully developed as you, because this is all I know about them so far. And I will pull some more cards on it real quick, because I don't have very much time left, but I don't want to rush. But so the Knight of Pentacles, this person is coming through as someone who is probably, this is just what I'm getting, is they're probably working class, okay? Meaning that they probably don't own an enterprise. They probably don't, you know what I mean, have, like, you know, a huge bank account. But they're the type of person that would fucking build a house for you. Like, this is what I'm getting. Like, this is the kind of person who is going to work hard, and works hard at their relationships, and they care, and they're very stable. So this is the type of person who, you know, you can snuggle up with on the couch, and, like, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like this is the kind of person that you could have something stable with. But maybe they're, like, younger, and I'm getting maybe, like I feel like they're in your age range. I'm not really getting a huge age gap here, but what I'm saying is they're not necessarily, like, more established than you are. You know, like, this is definitely an equal relationship where there's, like, you know, two people just, like, coming together and you know what I mean, working it out. You're probably going to be like renting a place to live versus having your own home, okay? But you do have the 10 of Cups that came out twice, okay? So that, I mean, I'm saying that that's a big potential and a big possibility, though, that this might be someone who's more of like a domestic long-term partner, where that, like, definitely with this Knight of Pentacles energy, and it could be that, like, and I'll pull more cards on them, but I'm just getting like, it's gonna start somewhere, okay? And it's just, and which seems fine for you, because to be honest, you've got, like I said, you're willing to come in even as the Knight of Wands here just to get something going, and you're fine, you're patient, you're not carrying all this weight and burden of, you know, when am I gonna get my 10 of Cups? You're just kind of like, I trust that I'm gonna get it when I get it, because I trust spirit. You know what I mean? I've done my work, I'm fine, I'm not stressing. So this person might actually be a really awesome option, okay? So that's what I'm getting for them. The next person you have coming out is the Emperor, okay? So this is Aries energy. Also, this could be a earth sign, the Knight of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So, just to say real quick, I don't know where you have Sag in your chart, but I'm assuming it's probably your sun sign. Now, with this Emperor energy, it could be an Aries. It does not have to be. But one thing that I will tell you, and I'm not trying to discourage you or sway you, but what you come here for is insight and advice, okay? So that's what I'm going to give you, and please do, of course, use your best judgment. If this is the type of person you're looking for, then please just don't mind me. But this is what I have to say. And I will pull cards on them. But so the Emperor is definitely somebody who likes to be in charge, okay? They're the type of person who probably is well established, has a decent income. This is somebody who could own their own business, or potentially at least have a salaried job position, you know, where they are, you know, bringing in a good amount of money. They probably already own their own home, if not like on their way to doing that. Like they might have multiple vehicles. Like this is what I'm getting for this person specifically also, but this is kind of Emperor, I'm explaining the Emperor vibes, but this is what I'm getting from this person is they may like to dress nice. They may have like, I mean, their style might be like, even just to the point where you're like, damn, you know, like, I gotta really step up my game if I'm gonna be with this person. Where when you're like, you're great, you're fine, you're plenty, but like this person might be like, I don't want to say they're judgmental, but they might be like where you feel like they're scrutinizing you, or you feel like they are kind of sizing you up to see like, what are you waifu material for me? Are you hubby material for me, or whatever? Ugh. Are you partner material? Okay, for gender neutral folks, I don't mean to like binary that shit only. So, but like, you get what I'm saying, dude? It's like, they're the kind of person who is like buttons every button, and they're the type of person who is like checks their hair in the window as they walk by on the way to the restaurant. Like, I'm sorry. This Knight of Pentacles person is like way more down home. Like they just are. Like I feel like they're way more chill. They're way more down home. They're like the type of person where like, you know what I mean? They're like, they're just like down. They're just down to do the dirty work. They're down to like make shit happen. They may be like into gardening is something I'm getting for that person. But the Emperor is definitely the type of person who like, you know, checks their nails and there's nothing wrong with that. If that's something you like, I'm being biased right now, but like if that's something you like, sure. But the most important thing about this Emperor person that I wanted to say is that you are a fire sign and you're a Sagittarius, okay? So just keep in mind, like, I already know the way that y'all are, and I love it. I absolutely respect it. But you can also be very difficult to, difficult to convince of things, because you are so free, you know, and I feel like you're so passionate, and you really value your freedom. And it doesn't mean that you don't want to be like tied down, you know, at some point in a relationship, but I feel like you value your freedom in a relationship where you're like, I want to be able to wear what I want, you know what I mean, go where I want, eat what I want, you know, be who I am, whatever it is. And I want someone to be supportive of me, you know, and not try and control me. And with somebody like the Emperor, I feel like this is the type of person who could conflict with you in that way. Like, I feel like that they could potentially try and control you, and that's not going to go well. if you already have met these people, then you should figure out what their signs are and look at your compatibility, because I feel like that really does matter for you in this situation. So you may be stuck between these two people and not really sure, but like I'm honestly getting like way warmer vibes from the Knight of Pentacles. And like I said, you know what's best for you, but that's just like my opinion, okay? But the Emperor, I'm kind of getting like this person's a little bit like snobbish. I'm like really not trying to be rude, because it's okay if you're well-to-do and you're wealthy and you're, you know what I mean? Like, and it's, you earned it, and like, you know, then it's like, I'm not judging you. Do you, boo? If you like that and you want a daddy and like someone who's got money, like, and like I said, gender's fluid, okay? But if you want somebody who is more so like going to be a provider, then like you might like the Emperor, you know, but it might come with conditions. This might be someone who will provide to you, but there's strings attached to based on your behavior, what you wear, yada yada yada. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But this person I feel like is way more your equal, and I feel like is the type of person who would like want to get a dog with you and stuff. You know what I mean? And it's like cute. You want to go on hikes and like be you know, I don't know, like do things at home, you know, like have date nights in and stuff like that. Like that's the type of person this person is. It's just, I just feel like that's way more your vibe right now, and it's just cute, you know, and I feel like it has a lot of potential. So, you know, this Emperor could just make you their plaything and you could just end up getting hurt again. Not trying to spark your paranoia, but that's just what I'm getting. So I actually don't think that I do need to clarify these cards, because there's a lot of energy and messages coming through them. So Spirit, thank you so much for these messages. Can we please get some love oracle cards out for Sagittarius to close the reading? Thank you so much. Okay, this one. All of them? No. Maybe this one. Ooh. Sorry. I'm such a dork today too. I hope you're enjoying it. So dope. Okay, so this one says, imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. Totally. This is exactly where the reading started, and that's definitely your advice from Spirit, is like what you're doing right now. And like, because you may not have even gone on this journey yet. Like this could be like the future, or you may have just started to decide that you want to get back into dating. Whatever it is, I feel like this is what Spirit is saying, is that this is where you're that's where it starts, is inside, and the way that you think, you know. So it's awesome. So soulmate, your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. Which is just awesome, because you got the 10 of Cups coming out here, you got the Star twice. I feel really good about this, and it's so cool because it's like a total like come up story in a way, because you're like going from, you know what I mean, like having a difficult time with relationships to working on yourself to the point where you're just like, you're just leaps and bounds above the rest of the crowd, and you know, but you still want to have fun, and you're still like, okay, if you don't get it right away, you're being patient, you have faith, you know, that is literally the recipe, baby. So that recipe is like, it's really gonna taste good. It's gonna come out good. I'm really excited for you. Woo! What a cool reading. Thanks so much for tuning in, Sag. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe. Do not be stingy with me. It is a new channel, so I'm trying to help it grow, and every little bit that y'all do really does help. So if you are having dreams and you're not sure what to make of them and they're strange and confusing, I do dream interpretations. So if you want to reach out to me, my contact info is in the description box below, as well as my donation links if you feel like dropping me a donation. It really means a lot. Yeah, so until next time, take care, and I will see you then. Bye.